You are Black in the Green Room with me, your host, Keith Underwood. And this is your spot for real talk about entertainment with entertainers, creatives, and showbiz professionals. This is Keith Underwood with Black in the Green Room. Phenomenal, former professional wrestler, former football player, always philanthropic, Thaddeus Bullard. How are you, sir?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Thank you very much. So tell me, Thaddeus, where are you from, man?
I'm from Boynton Beach, Florida originally. I went to high school in Live Oak, Florida. After being sent to the Florida Sheriff's Boys Ranch in North Florida, it was a place where I needed to go in order to turn my life around, and that definitely was the case of what happened and what transpired. As going from a kid that was labeled a kid that will be dead or in jail by the time I was 16, to a kid that became the first person in my family to graduate from high school, the first person in my family to graduate from college, and then to obviously achieve a lot of success in football, but then on to WWE fame. And but through it all in all, I always tell folks all the time, the 8-year-old Thaddeus and the 80-year-old Thaddeus won't be too far separated, because the philanthropic side of it is literally ingrained in me as a person that was a product of a sexual assault. Mother having me at 12 years old, uh, you know, going without food, going without adequate housing, things like that. All those things are ingrained in me to make a difference. So when people ask me, why do I do everything that I do all the time, I say, how can I not? Technically, I'm not even technically supposed to be here. I'm the product of a rape. My mom, could have easily made a different decision, and she chose not to. And because of that decision, and because of so many people helping me throughout my journey in life, I get an opportunity to show people dignity and to put back in the love and the hope that was placed in me a long time ago.
How did you not pivot the other direction? How did you lean into the positive?
I had a conversation with a gentleman by the name of Patrick Minogue at 12 years old. I was getting ready to get kicked off the Boys Ranch. I had just signed a contract that I wouldn't get into another fight, and 30 minutes after I signed that contract, I got into another fight. And a meeting was held, and they had made the decision that I'll be sent back home to Boynton Beach, Florida, which at that time for me was a very scary time, because me and my mom had a horrible relationship. I have 3 younger brothers. We lived in the projects. They had a 2-bedroom apartment, so it really wasn't much room for me to go home to. And she was working 2 jobs to make ends meet that never met. And Mr. Minogue called me in the office, and he said, "Why do you think you get into trouble all the time?" And I said, "I don't know, man. I'm just a bad kid." He said, "Lift your head up." He said, "There's no such thing as a bad kid." And I said, "How can you say that? I've been told I'll be dead or in jail by the time I was 16. I'll get into trouble. I'll never go to college." The list goes on. And he said, "I'm not going to give you the answer to that, because I truly believe in my heart that you're going to come up with the answer for yourself. And in the meantime, I'm going to tell you something, and I want you to believe it." He said, "I love you and I believe in you." A lot of people at that point in my life had told me that they loved me, and then turned around and abused me, beat me, cursed me, etc. But nobody had ever told me that they believed that I can do anything. It was always what I can't do. And so it was that moment that I realized that, because I've always had a very rebellious spirit. Don't tell me what I can't do. I'm going to do it anyway, even if it's wrong. And I turned that into a positive mindset, and ended up going on the track that I ended up, like I say, first person to graduate from high school, first person to graduate from college. I was a Division I college athlete at the University of Florida, and set the table for my children. They are now college athletes. One's at University of Central Florida. My oldest is playing football at the University of Central Florida. My youngest is playing football at the University of Florida. And my daughter, who I adopted, is playing basketball at UMass. So
Nice.
for me to set that table for them, I needed help from people from all walks of life. So that's why getting an award from an organization like this tonight not only highlights what I've done, but it also brings credit to what they're doing. And I always try to be a lighthouse for great organizations. And so for them to honor me, I definitely want to honor them tonight as well.
Yeah. How did they find you? How did Helping Hands find
I
you?
have no clue how they found me. I'm happy they did, which is funny, because I just saw John Collins, who runs the Jabali Academy, and he just honored me a few weeks ago with the Septima Clark Award. And really appreciate the great work that he's doing as well, to help educate kids and keep them on the right track, and build this school that's going to be second to none to so many. And him and his wife are just phenomenal people that really do care about advancing people. And so to have the opportunity to be honored by him, and I don't live in LA, and to be honored by this organization, and I don't live in LA, is really God's testament to, well done, my good and faithful servant.
Yes. Outside of King's Court, what's next for you?
I have a couple film projects that I'm getting ready to start shooting. One starts shooting in about 3 weeks, and then the other two start shooting in January and February of 2026. So I'm really excited about that. I obviously continue to do speaking and things like that for a fee, But other than that, man, I'm just enjoying life and enjoying seeing my kids progress in college. And we've put over 320 plus kids in college, so I get a chance to see a lot of them on NFL fields during the fall. So I'm just kind of bouncing from game to game, just checking on certain guys that I've mentored for years.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, for me, it's just everybody asks what's next for you. It's whatever God has for me. I know some of those opportunities, but I don't know all of them. He obviously has a purpose and a plan for me. And so I just try to stay out of his way and let him do his thing.
Yes. What about on the philanthropic front? What's next for you?
Yeah, so we have our annual food distribution coming up on November 21st in Tampa. We usually service about 1,500 families with food boxes, meals, etc., for them to get in preparation for Thanksgiving. And then I have my annual Joy Giving event, which we usually help about 39,000 families throughout the holiday season with toys, gifts, food, etc. And that's in partnership with a great organization called Metropolitan Ministries. Down there, they help to bring in homelessness to self-sufficiency. And those are the two major things. And then I have a big wellness event that comes up in the middle of November as well, where we attack mental health in the community. I have a school there that's named after me. And so a lot of the things that we try to do are for that entire zip code, which is the sixth highest zip code for kids living in poverty in the entire state of Florida. And so mental health is a very important thing to me, but also too, music is something I love. So we use everything for therapy. Equine therapy, we bring many horses out there. We have puppies out there.
Nice.
We have art therapy, we have music therapy. So we want to teach those that are in underserved communities that there are great ways to learn how to attack your mental health, but also to get into a good space, but the importance of it.
All right. Thaddeus Bullard,
Yes,
good
sir.
and faithful servant.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, man.
Appreciate you, man.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Thank you.
Be sure to follow me, Keith Underwood, at Mr. Keith L. Underwood on IG. You can also follow me on FB at Keith L. Underwood. And you gotta follow Black in the Green Room at Black in the Green Room across all platforms. Until next time, this has been Black in the Green Room.